Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker are demonstrating, as opposed to the complicity that Washington Mayor Muriel Bowser has been showing during the week. So on Tuesday, she signed an order that formalizes cooperation with federal forces, even as residents of her city push back against the city's takeover. So this Tuesday order establishes the Safe and Beautiful Emergency Operations Center, borrowing from Trump's own branding, to institutionalize collaboration between city officials and various federal agencies, including the FBI. Now, on Wednesday, Bowser pushed back against accusations that she's willing to continue Trump's federal takeover, saying, "I want the message to be clear to the Congress. We have a framework to request or use federal resources in our city. We don't need a presidential emergency." "Let me tell you, without equivocation," she continued, "that the mayor's order does not extend the Trump emergency. In fact, it does the exact opposite. What it does is lays out a framework for how we will exit the emergency. The emergency ends on September 10th. Her executive order mandates that federal officers adhere to transparent policing practices, requiring them to avoid wearing masks, display clear agency identification, and provide proper identification during arrests and public encounters. But DC residents have criticized Bowser for opting for collaboration with the federal government over resistance. Trish, what do you think of the mayor's executive order there? She's kind of in a tough spot, huh?
Right. Yeah, she's in the same tough spot. And she's also in the same spot of so many of these municipalities whose federal funds for crime, and especially gun crimes, has been clawed back by Doge. So here we have another episode where the Trump administration, Republicans who back them, are taking resources from municipalities that they were promised by Congress. And what a bunch of wimps not to jump in there and start slapping that around. Taking resources away from them and then putting his military in there. And it's just wrong. I think you hit the nail on the head. She's in a tough spot, but she is standing up the best she can because she's in this federal district. So, we'll just see this play out on September 10th. I'm sure there will be some made up BS reason that the Trump administration will say they need to remain and maybe even arm up even a greater degree. So no, I'm sorry for her. I'm sorry for the people who live there, but she's in a tight spot.